So from an educator's point of view, I think that these differences are really significant. Bringing women together from around the world to dialogue together highlights some of the, for example, economic disparities that exist. Things that more privileged women would take for granted. For example, access to a computer, internet access. And this has become such a wonderful way to communicate. Yet, lest we forget, only about 1% of the world's population has access to the internet. So it can be a wonderful tool, but how do we bring this tool, these resources, to our less privileged sisters up in the Himalayas, for example? And that can bring women together to actually help each other, to learn more about the Dharma, but also to share resources. So now we have people going up into the Himalayas who can take a laptop, for example, and teach the nuns how to use it, and leave them with some English language CDs or some tapes of Buddhist teachings so that they can listen to them during the cold winter months. So things like that have been really important. Introducing women around the world, increased networking among people from different backgrounds and cultures has meant that teams of medical doctors have been able to go up to these remote areas and teach women health care, very basic reproductive health care and first aid and HIV/AIDS education and so many important topics, right? So looking forward into the future, I hope very much that this kind of this exchange, cultural exchange and dialogue will continue. And this book, I hope, will encourage more people to participate in these dialogues, particularly people from the Chinese-speaking world. We've always had quite a lot of representation from Taiwan, but very little participation from mainland China and from Singapore, Hong Kong, a little bit from Malaysia, and that's why this book is significant also, in that it gives voice to a number of Malaysian Buddhist women, including people like Ime Wee, who's, I believe, one of the best, possibly the best Buddhist composer alive today, and a woman, right? So by introducing her work and her motivation for her work, it's very inspiring. So one important value of the book is to inspire Buddhist women, give them new ideas about what they could be doing, depending on their own interests and resources and so forth, what they can be doing for their own communities. Sometimes it's encouraging to them even to recover their own histories. When we went to Malaysia, we knew nothing about the Buddhist history of Malaysia. But it has a long Buddhist history, dating back to the 8th or maybe even 7th century. But where were women in this history? We didn't know. But by going there, we actually encouraged local women to uncover that history. And they started to go back in the records and find out that women played very important roles in the development of Malaysia in the early days, say in the early 1900s. And to bring to light these pioneer Buddhist women was really exciting, really wonderful.